So if you're working tennis, like you're selling Vemma. Then after they've been on it for a couple of weeks, like if you were on it a couple of weeks, you say, how you liking that Vemma? Oh man, I love it. I wouldn't start my day without it. So you know, there's a way to make money off this. In fact, there's a way to get it for free if you're interested in hearing about it. And if they say, well, yeah, how's that work? So well, it's basically word of mouth advertising. You know, have you ever gone and seen we all do what I call network marketing. We all recommend a movie, we all recommend a restaurant. We just don't get paid for it. But with this product, you can get paid for it. And see, like at Sundays, we will give people bonuses for recommending friends and so forth. And so I can tie it in with Sundays real easy and say, you know, here at Sundays, you recommend a friend, they come in and we're going to give you so-and-so. Well, it's the same thing with Vemma. You recommend it to someone, they get involved, you're going to get a reward for that. And so we keep it that simple. And if there's any interest, they say, well, I'd like to hear more about it. We don't say another word. We say, well, can I get your number? And you take a call from Dennis or Sue or Travis or Sarah. Take about 10 minutes and they can explain it all to you. Because we do not want that salesperson at that point in time who doesn't know this business well enough to blow it at that point. We want them just to make the introduction and let someone who knows this business take it from there. And that is where we've had our big growth. It's just pique their interest and point them to somebody. Okay? So all you want to do is pique their interest. And then outside of Sunday's Blue Box, outside of the tanning realm, if you're not in the tanning business, it's a very simple structure. As Sue built her, and I'll let her talk a little bit about how she did that. But the key to everything we do, and I'll explain this tonight, is I have a formula where I call it, it's basically, to keep it easy to remember, is WBMA, and that stands for why. You got to know why are you doing it. And is it that important to you? And the bigger the why, the easier it gets. In other words, if I gotta do this, or I'm gonna lose my house tomorrow, well, trust me, you're gonna be motivated. But if you're like, I don't really need the money, but I'll do it if they want me to, you're probably not gonna be very motivated. So it's how big is your why? How bad do you need it, or how big a deal would it be for you to succeed? And then second is the belief. Do you believe in the company? Do you believe in the product? And then finally, of course, the big one is believing in yourself. And then the third part of that is the MA, that's massive action. How to take massive action with skills to get results. Because I'll have people who say, my gosh, you know, I want this so bad for my family, I've got to do this, this is my way out. And on a scale of 1 to 10, they're a 10. And then they're saying, I believe so strongly in BK, I believe in leadership in this company, I believe in the team, I believe in this product, it's the greatest product I've ever taken, I believe in myself, I know I can do this. So they're a 10. And then when it gets to the massive action part, how many people you talked to last week? Well, I didn't talk to nobody. And so they're 10 times 10 times 0 gives you 0. And that's their sticking point. You got other people who talk to everybody, but they're saying all the wrong things. It's like, or somebody said, like if a single guy and say, hey, you go to this club across the street, there's 500 women there, you can't help but be a woman over there. But if you walk in, the first question you say is, hey, how old are you? And by the way, how much do you weigh? I mean, you're not gonna succeed at beating women. I don't care if there's 5,000 there, right? So you got to know what to say and say it in the right fashion so that you keep interest with people. So that's what we want to have you do, and realize if you take steady action, you will get massive results. Because as Tom Alcott said in one of his videos, when he thought about all the people he could introduce Vemma to, he said, people I knew probably would just do a little bit. He said, they were right, they did a little bit. But if you get enough people doing just a little bit, the compounding effect of that is massive. So what I want Sue to be able to do, and what's important here, is to have a clear pattern of what to do, and not just, you see people get all fired up and excited, you know, they're like ignorance on fire, and then as soon as you leave the room, like it's like leave Vegas, they leave a meeting like here for 2 days, and they're like, I'm going to tear it, I'm going to get $1 million in Vemma, I can do this. Then they get in their car, they get out of that hot environment they're in, because everybody's positive, everybody wants to win, and they get back in their car that they may not want to be in. They go back to the style of living that they may not enjoy, and you see that excitement just start dropping, and they never take action. And they wait for the next time something big comes around, they get all fired up again, and it starts dissipating. And so it's, let me throw this out real quick before you start, because nobody wants to hear me once you start.
I say when you're done.
I just say that this is one thing, I think that it's really powerful when you think of it this way. You wonder why people don't do more. You know, why did win the lottery, I don't know if y'all had it here, but a while back when the lottery hit $600 billion, everybody went crazy in Virginia. You know, everybody went out buying it. Well, you know, there was 1.5 billion people that lost, but nobody talked about the 1.5 billion that lost. They talked about the 3 winning tickets. But everybody was trying like crazy. And so you say, why do people why can you motivate some people and some people aren't motivated? When it comes to, in motivation, you have external forces and you have internal forces. So, problem is, you've heard it said, discount markers on this. Alright, here we go. Let's say, we'll call this, you heard people talk about the comfort zone and how you got to get out of your comfort zone. You know, the best part of your life is getting out of that comfort zone. And if you never get out of your comfort zone, you've already lived your best life. And if you're never going to go after anything bigger, you've had it. You've had your moment in the sun. So to do something, you've got to get out of that comfort zone. Well, if this is people's comfort zone, and let's say for you, it's $50,000 a year. Somebody's making $50,000 a year. They're comfortable. They got their house and so forth. Everything's okay. And they're barely making their bills, and they got a little bit of money in the bank, but they're just skating by. And then all of a sudden, something happens to their car, and they have a little wreck and bust 2 tires out. Now they need 2 tires, and they need to get their car repaired. And all of a sudden, they got a $3,000 bill they got to pay for it, but they don't have $3,000. So now they drop down here into this level, and we'll call that, you know, this low zone level here. Now they're below their comfort zone. Now they're in trouble. They got to do something. So what do? They'll go work overtime. They'll go borrow money. They'll do whatever it takes to get tires back on that car, get that car fixed so they can get back to work. They will move mountains to get back up here to that comfort zone, because this is an external force that has hit them. It might be losing a job. It might be, like I said, a car accident or whatever. But something has hit them, and they got to take action to get back here to this comfort zone. Because now they're like, oh my gosh, I got no car, I'll lose my job. So I've got to do something. I've got to go borrow money. They'll go ask everybody. They'll do whatever. They'll work a second job. They'll work overtime. They'll do whatever until they get back to the comfort zone. Okay? Now, when we describe something like, let's say, the Vemma life, and you're like, okay, I want to live the life of my dreams, my plan B, and so forth, and it's up here. Okay? Well, the problem is there is no external force to make you work harder because you're in your comfort zone. You're like, the only way you're going to get to that level is using internal motivation. And that's what we talk about, your why. When you want something bad enough that now you're going to push through. It's that, you know, when you're the CEO of the business, you should make the most money, and that's not changing. I don't care how good that room attendant cleans that bed. He's not making as much money as the CEO. And you've got a structure. The room attendant, the sales, this assistant managers, the managers, regional managers, vice presidents, and the president, whatever. And that doesn't change. But when Vemma, when Sue and I got in Vemma, there were 50,000 people in Vemma before us. We're the 14th highest money earners now in Vemma. So that means we had to pass a lot of people along the way. And that's because Vemma's like a funnel. You can go as fast as you want to go, as much as your time, efforts, and talents allow you. It does not matter who got in first. Just because Michelle and Jeff are up here, that does not mean they will always earn more money than Scott. It has nothing to do with it. Because